guys, welcome to Phil's Fitness Show, and today I'm going to talk about one of my clients. My client, Adam, absolutely smashed it from a typical, normal, skinny, fat guy to photo shoot ready, and we're going to go through exactly what he done to achieve this, and you can do it right now to start seeing some fantastic results and get you out of the slump that you are in. Okay, so my client, Adam, as you can see on the picture, absolutely nailed his transformation with myself. But I want to talk about what he was like when he first started. So when he first started with me, he was very much like everybody else when he first started. He had absolutely no clue about the gym. It was completely foreign to himself. He didn't know what to do with the nutrition aspect and the nutrition side of things. He was in a bit of a position, and I remember speaking on the phone and having this conversation with him too. He was just lost with himself because there's so much misinformation out there on Instagram. There's so many stupid ass posy people doing stupid exercises all the time. There's a lot of influencers out there who don't actually influence shit, by the way. Let me just get that out there. A lot of influencers out there who would promote fat products, who would promote really low calories, and it just does not get anywhere. So we're gonna go back through a scientific approach with this, but we're gonna go through exactly what we've done with Adam from A to B. The first point I want to get across is that he had so much focus on the long-term goal. He was in a bit of a mess, not necessarily physically. He wasn't the worst shape in the world, but mentally he was in a bit of a mess. And he had so much focus on the long-term goal. He wanted to do this, he wants to be ripped, he wants to be in shape, he wants to kind of lose body fat, he wants to build muscle. And he got very disappointed when he tried it previously that he wasn't there after a week or two. So I got on the phone to him. When we started speaking, it was very much long-term, long-term, long-term. I went, Adam, shut the hell up, in a very polite way. I said, stop worrying so much on the final destination. Stop worrying so much on the long-term goal. Why can't you just worry about the next 7 days? And that is when it really first started. That's when it sunk in for him as well. He got very disappointed when he wasn't where he wants to be after a week, or his clothes didn't fit any better, or the mirror looked exactly the same. And he just thought, well, what the hell's the point? So he had so much focus on his long-term goal and his vision, which, yeah, fair enough. I know we all have, but just take a step back. Break it all down. What are you going to do for the next 7 days that's going to be better than the previous 7 days? That is the main focus. We focused on the next day, the next day, the next day. We focused on daily habits. I made him write down on his whiteboard at home, daily habits. In fact, you'll see it just the other way, daily habits. I made him write it down on his wall, the daily habits, because what you do on a day-to-day basis will build your future self. People don't realize that their day-to-day habits is the future version of themselves. So when people are lazy, when people are sitting down on the couch, when people aren't getting the steps in, when people are very half-arsed in the gym, how do you expect results to happen when your daily habits and activities are not going to get you where you want to be? So what are you doing on a day-to-day that's going to push you forward to build the person you want to become? And when you do focus on the daily habits, the obsession with the scales or the obsession with the mirror becomes a thing of the past. So when you start looking in the mirror every single day and nothing happens, you start beating yourself up, you start questioning the methods, you start questioning your activity, and then you start throwing the towel in thinking, well, what the fuck is the point in all this? But when you start looking at daily habits and your focus and attention is on them, the mirrors, the scales, that's gone. You can worry about them, fair enough, but don't let it overtake your mind. The daily habits and your actions is going to get you where you want to be. Think of it in this way. If all of a sudden you changed your daily routine, do you really think you're going to be the same person in a week, in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, in 4 weeks? Absolutely not. You're going to change. If your day goes like this, you're going to go in a different direction no matter what. You are going to change drastically over a period of time. It takes patience and consistency. So stop focusing on the long-term goal. Stop killing yourself with overly restrictive diets. Stop going to the gym every single day when you are not capable of going to the gym every single day. Stop doing random little workouts just because someone on Instagram has got a blue tick and starts doing random workouts. Stop doing the random workouts. It actually does my head in. Stop weighing yourself and being obsessive on the scales at every single opportunity. And most importantly, stop judging yourself in such a negative way. What you tell yourself will also be your outcome as well. So if you get pissed off with yourself every time you look yourself in the mirror and you're just looking at all the negatives, it's not really going to get you very far. So what we've done with Adam, and I've got it written down on my phone here, the habits that we started to implement, I'm going to share it with you guys. It's nothing special, but I want you to understand that you might do, how many have I got? Got about 10 You might be doing about maybe 3 to 4 of these, but what if you started doing all 10? What do you think is going to happen to yourself and your progression if you start doing all 10 of these habits? So what we've done, we started getting 8 hours of sleep every single night. His average was 5 to 6. And the reason he only got 5 to 6, like he was watching Netflix till about 2 o'clock in the morning, pointless series after series after series, pack that shit in. Go to bed at a reasonable time, get your 8 hours of sleep in. Second habit, drinking 3 litres of water. Our bodies are 75% water, yet we very much under-consume on a day-to-day basis how much water we actually need. Limit your takeouts. That is common sense, really, isn't it? Takeout, massively high in calories, and you don't really know what's going in, and the quality of protein in takeout is quite poor too. Whereas home-cooked tea, you can know exactly what's in it, and you can have very high protein meals too. 5 fruit and veg a day. We all know about this 5 a day. We've been taught it since we were kids, yet very few people actually do it. 10,000 steps every single day as well. 10K steps is a massively underrated tool for your weight loss. Keep that body moving, keep the heart rate going, be a healthy version of yourself. Remember, 10,000 steps a day. Make sure you hit your protein goal. Set out roughly 0.8 to 1 gram protein per pound of body weight. Limit your alcohol. Adam was drinking roughly 2 to 3 times per week. It wasn't a crazy amount, but it was just enough to potentially disturb his sleep, potentially disturb his activity the next day. Poor quality workouts. It's just unnecessary. This is a big one. Plan your meals. People will fail if they wake up and think, right, what the fuck can I have today? Whereas a successful person on their weight loss journey will know exactly what they're consuming every single meal of their day, and they will also know when they're going to train as well. Plan your day. When it comes to the workout, make sure you prioritize strength training over cardio. We want to start building and creating our figure from day one. Strength training over cardio. When it comes to the workouts as well, don't do the random workouts. As I said before, make sure you know exactly what you're doing. Start with compounds, finish with isolation. Make sure you plan your workouts and make sure you know exactly what you're doing before you step foot into the gym. And when you finally do plan your workouts, make sure you implement something called progressive overload, which is the ability to increase volume every single week. For example, if you've done squats and you've done 50 kilos for 3 sets of 10, then the next week I want 50 kilos for 3 sets of 12. The next week I want 55 kilos for 3 sets of 8, and then 55 kilos for 3 sets of 10, 55, 3 sets of 12, 60 kilos, 3 sets of 8, and that is how you increase the volume over time, which demands more calories, which will burn more body fat. It will also obviously put more stress on the body in terms of building muscle. You've also got high protein going on here too, so you can start visualizing the new you when you start doing all these habits. Brilliant. That is it. So the focus of the habits and the day-to-day activities that you do will create the future version of yourself. Stop focusing so much on the long-term goals. Stop beating yourself up when you don't get there after a week. Stop doing the random shitty-ass Instagram workouts. Make sure you take a step back, get a pen and paper and think, right, what habits can I do from today which will be leading to a successful, healthier version of myself? I will see you next week. Once again, give me a little thumbs up on the video. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and share this video to anybody who you might think of relevance. That doesn't even make sense. See you soon. Bye-bye.